William Shakespeare is widely regarded as the greatest writer in the English language. His plays are taught, performed, and revered across the world. But one of history's greatest novelists, Leo Tolstoy, strongly disagreed. In 1906, near the end of his life, Tolstoy published an essay titled On Shakespeare, in which he dismissed Shakespeare's works as overrated, confusing, and even morally empty. His criticism shocked literary circles and still does today. Tolstoy did not dislike Shakespeare casually. He rejected him completely. Tolstoy believed Shakespeare lacked moral clarity. At the core of Tolstoy's worldview was a belief that art must serve a moral purpose. For Tolstoy, great literature should guide humanity toward truth, compassion, and ethical living. Shakespeare, in Tolstoy's view, failed this test. He argued that Shakespeare's plays glorified violence, power, and ambition without offering clear moral lessons. Characters suffered and died, but Tolstoy believed their suffering did not lead to spiritual insight or ethical growth. To Tolstoy, Shakespeare entertained, but did not enlighten. He thought Shakespeare's characters were unrealistic. Tolstoy also criticized Shakespeare's characters as artificial and exaggerated. While readers admired Hamlet's complexity or King Lear's madness, Tolstoy saw inconsistency. He believed Shakespeare's characters behaved not like real humans, but like figures manipulated to serve dramatic effect. In Tolstoy's eyes, true art reflected authentic human psychology. Shakespeare, he claimed, sacrificed realism for theatrical spectacle. He rejected Shakespeare's language and structure. Tolstoy was deeply skeptical of poetic language that obscured meaning. He believed Shakespeare's use of metaphor, wordplay, and elaborate speech distracted from truth rather than revealing it. He accused Shakespeare of using grand language to mask shallow ideas. Even Shakespeare's most famous tragedies, including King Lear and Hamlet, were dismissed by Tolstoy as structurally weak and emotionally unconvincing. Tolstoy believed Shakespeare's reputation was artificially inflated. Perhaps Tolstoy's most controversial claim was that Shakespeare's greatness was a myth created by critics, institutions, and tradition. He argued that generations of scholars praised Shakespeare not because his works were truly superior, but because they were told to admire them. Over time, this admiration became unquestioned dogma. In short, Tolstoy believed people admired Shakespeare because they thought they were supposed to. A clash of philosophies, not talent. Modern scholars largely agree that Tolstoy's critique says more about Tolstoy than about Shakespeare. Tolstoy valued moral clarity, simplicity, and spiritual purpose. Shakespeare embraced ambiguity, contradiction, and the complexity of human nature. They were not just two writers, they represented two radically different ideas of what art should be. Shakespeare explored humanity as it is. Tolstoy wanted art to show humanity as it ought to be. Why this disagreement still matters? Tolstoy's rejection of Shakespeare reminds us that greatness in art is not universal. It depends on values, philosophy, and what we expect art to do. One of the world's greatest novelists believed the world's greatest playwright had failed. And that disagreement still shapes how we think about art today. If you found this story insightful, please like the video. It helps the History Vault reach more people who care about serious history. And subscribe to the History Vault for more deep dives into history's greatest ideas, debates, and figures.